So I got these hoopers going. It's outside of what I would normally do. Usually I had like one mom hooper, and then I would like, you know, have some plants integrated into the landscape. And for a long time in my county, it was like square footage. So I was usually within that for the most part, to where like, you're not going to mess with me for being too far outside of it. And it was helpful for breeding because of plant count. I need lots of plants for breeding, you know, for a lot of reasons. But this was after, you know, good old Prop 64 had been around for a while, and no licenses in this county, you know, except for like the sheriff's daughter.
Wow.
And 2 others. And it's just like, you couldn't do it. And it's like, well, this is my life, and I don't have like a lot of resources like a lot of people, you know. This is where I live. I envisioned, you know, doing what I do and like being around my kids and wife, and my mom lives in a house down the little hill from us, just doing, you know, sounds like some utopia shit, but notoriously naive, Rusty, you know, like that's not really gonna fucking happen. So I'm doing it. Like, we were like, let's fucking do it. I'm like, let's do it. I'm like about to get these crosses done hard and produce a lot for the entire world of these beans. And like, our cross spread was amazing. Our plan was amazing. I love like working with Ryan, like together on planning genetics and just the webs of flavor. Like, it's exactly what I want to be doing. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I can't believe, like, this is so cool to be doing this. But, you know, like, I built out a bunch of hoopers and probably shouldn't. And so at one point, after harvesting the coffin candy, and the P41 was like done, just perfect seeds. I just wanted to like take it, so that I like taking it a while so that you get the like nice, like really tiger stripe laden seeds where it doesn't rub off, because like shucking the seeds often like it'll rub off, and you'll get the seed still tell a nice healthy seed from the good color, the kind of like white veins on top of it, you know. And a lot of times tiger stripes rub off. You go longer, you get nicer seeds, you know, usually. If you go too long, then they'll start cracking in the buds sometimes. But like, I see, this is when the mosquito fire was going on too, which was like pretty gnarly. Came close to us. We almost had to be evacuated. And I thought it would like not draw attention, but apparently it drew attention. And at some point, helicopter might have noticed something. And then one day, like, I mean, this stealth looking motherfucker, like it's like a brand new, like, helicopter with like the angular and like the like dull black look to it, like around the house, like shaking everything. And like, you already know what it is, you know.
What was it? It was a one hoop house, like a 60-footer or 40-footer?
I had like a 40-foot hooper, and then I had like 4 20-foot hoopers that were all individual breeding projects staggered from one another.
So it looks big. Where they're looking,
right,
they're
like I'm cranking out depths.
It's
to
not
sell
one
on the
little
black market for fucking $400 a pound. You know.
So
like,
so you hear that go overhead, then what?
I kind of knew. I was telling people, you know, like, and you know, even I don't know, everybody. My wife, it's just like everybody's like, don't trip. You know, it's like we're not doing much. It's just seeds. It's like
they don't know that.
Nah. I just kind of knew it was coming. I wish I did more. I wish I had like pulled that P41 hooper and like done a lot of shit different, I guess, in retrospect.
How long does it go before there's an issue?
Like 2 weeks.
So they waited a little bit.
Terrible experience. Yeah, they show up with their fucking vests and ARs and a bunch of fucking trucks. And, you know, like I'll always... The worst part is like my family had to see that shit. I mean, they were respectful. They didn't shoot my fucking dogs, I guess. I mean, they weren't really respectful. They like threatened to take my kids because I had clones in the garage. And, you know, I guess apparently a kid could eat a clone and get high.
Impossible.
So, and I was like a bad parent. Granted, my daughters like skipped a grade, and both my kids are like exemplary in their classes and like help all the other kids like get up to speed. Because
that's just a tool in their war. That's just
it was
part
crazy.
Of it.
Like you know, when they mentioned that shit and I kind of crumbled, you know, like one of the motherfuckers was like, "Get up!" It's just like in that moment when someone says something like that to you, when you're like, yeah, just extremely like vulnerable and hurt, like. That was some bullshit.
But you lose everything that day. All the stuff.
Yeah, my whole farm. So like I had about 50 just straight proprietary, heavily hunted mothers in sets of 3 that all, 3 phenos of each. Like I was going to surprise Ryan with a bunch of them, like shit that we hadn't even really talked about.